How's everyone feeling? How was your break?
Kyra was just regaling us with hers, which was
I've had a week, y'all. I started 2024 out with COVID. It's not the sickest I've been, but it's not been real fun either, and I'm kind of on the tail end of that. And I was also telling the WordNerds about my wild adventure yesterday, replacing my TV because my cat knocked it over. So we'll probably get better from here.
Hopefully.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
Hi, Nicole. Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Break was uneventful. It was, I don't know, a little bit quiet, a little bit chaotic. So that feels like business as usual.
Yeah. Mine was just chaotic. Just so much going on. So I've had a fantastic work weekend this weekend. One of my goals last year was to get a job in my chosen field, and I did that. And that meant that I am of medium importance in my first ever website launch. And I had to work 24 hours this weekend. So
Living the dream.
I used to dream about weekends like this. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. But hit that goal last year, and that's what this chat is all about, baby. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Joe Catherine. Welcome. Happy New Year.
I went to Texas.
That's right.
How was it?
It was good. For the viewers don't know this yet, but I am moving to Houston in like 90 days. So I'm kind of nervous because we're getting down to the wire, and I am a procrastinator. And moving is very daunting, and it's even more so when you're doing it across the country. But I'm looking forward to like new start, new city. Like that's kind of fun. Literally the first time I've ever been to Texas, and the next time will be when I am moving there. So but it was really fun. Houston has a really great like food scene, which was really, really cool to check out. We ate a lot of local restaurants, which is really important to me, but I'm not able to do so much like in Denver. It's kind of harder to find like local family-owned places. And literally every place we ate except for like one was like a like family-owned restaurant. So that was really cool.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Hello, Vanessa. Welcome.
Hello to everybody.
So many hellos. I'm just so excited to see everyone again.
So, goals.
I've heard of those.
I have a whole bingo card. I was very late on my goals this year. Usually I have them done like mid-December the year before. I have not printed mine out yet.
I have mine printed out.
I'd almost be interested in starting with like who going into 24 is like, yay, goals, and who's like, goals.
I like bingo goals, which was Kelly's idea. And I'm
seeing it pop up on TikTok all the time now. I don't know where I actually if I came up with that or copied it from someone else years ago, but lots of people are doing it on TikTok now. I'm like,
it's super popular on TikTok. Yeah. A lot of people recommend it if you do like the 12-week year like plan. That if you do a bingo sheet, it helps keep you motivated throughout the entire actual year. So like I've been following a lot of 12-week year things because I'm trying to be a productive grown-up with goals and stay on task. So like that's my like thing that I've been looking at. I don't have a bingo sheet yet, but I do have a list. So it will be a bingo sheet eventually.
And so far, I have saved and not even finished watching a bunch of 12-week year TikToks. Like, oh, I will totally check this out at a later date. So you are succeeding on the 12-week goal part more than I am. I have not even watched the videos yet. But
I just like that with this, I can just like get out a bunch of things that I would like to do with the understanding that I won't do them all. And like, I feel like I kept up with a lot of stuff that like, last year I put journal once a month, and I'm not a journal girl. That's not my thing, but like once a month isn't that much. And because it was on the bingo chart. It was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll write my thoughts out.
I get to actually achieve bingo, which is a bit of a like, oh, is this actually even working? But I'm having fun.
One away. I was one away, and I think one away up here too. I think it was poor design. I could have gotten a bingo with the number of things I crossed off.
I did keep that in mind designing this year's of like, there was one that was going to be like, I just had to like play video games, read, and like spend a bit of time with my niece and nephew. And it was like a solid year. I'm like, that just, I don't know. I feel like I'm not even going to try on the other ones, and that's all I have to do. So, Megan, any from yours you want to share? Any goals you're working on this year?
From this year?
Yeah.
I put go to the dentist. I'm deeply afraid of the dentist, and
Same here.
Same.
I want to go this year.
We're all scared of the dentist.
Yeah. So I want to go. I also put ask for a raise.
Hey.
Ooh.
I like with the job ones. I like to put things like last year instead of like get the job I want. I put ask this dude who I worked with about how he got the job that I wanted. And I like that I can ask for one. They don't have to give me one, but I can ask, and that counts.
Yeah.
Read House of Leaves. I just got my copy in.
I'm excited. Megan and I are going to attempt to buddy read. I've never done a buddy read. I don't fully know how we do a buddy read, but we're going to do it.
We're going to figure it out. This is our year. It's on the bingo chart.
Read House of Leaves, maybe start a band. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe, yeah. I'm also my other thing I'm really excited about is this year I'm going to learn to play the banjo. I feel pretty confident because the hyperfixation is pretty high. So,
see, on mine, I've got learned to play Stick Season on my ukulele because I have not played that in forever. And last time I tried to learn it, I even got just like the time I tried to tune it didn't go well, and we haven't been back since. So, got to learn to tune a ukulele.
I think they make apps, right?
Yeah,
I tried an app, but it's not a expensive ukulele by any stretch. It's a $30 Amazon ukulele, so I think that was probably part of the problem. But we'll see how it goes.
I should find my ukulele.
Join our band.
Yes.
I think if I had an instrument goal, it would definitely be violin, since I impulsively bought a $600 violin last year and have played it like, I don't know, a handful of times. So
that's perfect because a banjo, a ukulele, and a violin.
We're gonna call it a fiddle.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. We'd have the coolest sound ever for a band.
Yes. What could go wrong?
That should be the band name. What could go wrong?
I like it.
So anyway, we're giving up writing this year.
A different kind of writing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Some of mine, I'm going to finish getting to Mordor.
Oh, yeah, that's on mine too.
How far away are you from Mordor?
Megan keeps going to Disney World. She's getting closer and closer.
And you hit the winter.
Yes.
Let's see how close. There's one more challenge after this one.
Yeah, we're on like one more big one, and then there's another smaller one. I went ice skating on Saturday. And I was hoping that would get me more like distance faster, but Emmett Mackenzie, no, that like I'm going at toddler speed, and I'm not a great ice skater anyway. Like I got the most when Matt had to carry my nephew around the ice rink to let him pretend he was doing a good job, and I got to use the toddler helper thing. So, but if I do it a few more times, I'm hoping I can pick up more distance.
I think I'm guessing the last one's about like 30 to 60 miles, which puts me around 460 miles from Mount Doom. Wow. I had a head start on Kelly. She's about 150 miles behind me. I had a massive head start on Kelly, like months.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like your nicer weather matters so much more than the head start. I don't want to go outside. Other goals. I did put start writing again. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll let the WordNerds decide if I did that.
We're strict judges.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say I have to continue writing again, but you can hold me to a slightly higher
Just
standard.
once. Oh, Joe Catherine said, I want to go to the movies at least 4 times, even if I have to go by myself. I love going to the
Nice.
movies by myself. Highly recommend.
Yes.
I want to start doing that with like movies that are less blockbustery. I want to like see more. I'm not going to go so far as indie films, but ones that like aren't big. Oh, you need to see it in theaters, kind of thing, and like have more of an experience of watching movies, probably by myself.
I'll tell you what I'm going to see next. It's coming out February 7th, and it's Lisa Frankenstein.
No.
I saw an ad for it this week. I'm so excited.
I know nothing about this.
I'm picturing Lisa Frank and then Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's like the 80s, and Cole Sprouse is Frankenstein's monster, and Lisa Frankenstein is the main character. She's played by the girl, I think her name was like Claire in Supernatural. She was like the little blonde girl in Supernatural, but now she's an adult, and she is in love with a dead guy, and she tends to his grave and stuff, and then brings him back. But it's very colorful looking. I'm really excited about it. I hope it's as good as it looks.
I think I'm taking my little sister to see the Mean Girls musical, mostly because
Oh,
I'm
nice.
so excited to go see that.
I haven't heard anything yet about if it's supposed to be decent. The trailers look great. Renee Rapp looks great. Do I need to know
What's
more?
not to
Probably
love?
not.
I feel like that's one where it's like, you know what you're going to get, and they're going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Like Cocaine Bear.
Love that
Just
movie.
like Cocaine Bear.
not thematically, but just like that thing where it's like, I'm going to this movie. I have been told what to expect, and they're going to give it to me. I think Mean Girls is going to be like that.
Well, one of my non-writing related goals, because my only other goal really is writing related, is to listen to more full music albums, because I'm really bad about just listening to a song or two by an artist and be like, I like that song, and then not really exploring further. And I've already listened to 2 or 3 different albums, thanks to the other WordNerds and their suggestions. So if you've got any favorite albums, drop them in, and I'll check them out.
One of my new favorite things is, so it's Megan, me, Kyra, and Leah have a shared Spotify thing. And like it does like a mix based on like all of us, and you can see whose songs they are, and seeing like some of us infect other ones with, oh, now that's their song too. It's been a lot of fun.
Last year, I wanted to listen to 100 new to me albums, which ended up being really, really fun. I had a whole bunch of like variety in what I listened to, and I like took a lot of recommendations. So it was kind of a mix of like artists that I already knew, and they maybe had an album I hadn't listened to yet, or things that friends and family liked and told me to listen to, versus, and like also just things that were like, this is like big culturally important album, I'm going to listen to it. And I loved it. Like I found a whole bunch of new stuff that I really liked, and yeah, so I'm shooting to listen to 100 new to me albums again this year. So
Ooh.
Nice.
I thought about bumping back up to 100. I stuck on 52. I didn't want to lose the ability to like obsessively repeat something. If I fall in love with it, where I know 100, I'll want to like keep moving. So one goal that didn't make it onto my bingo card, but I'll probably still try to do, is I want to listen to Beyonce's discography, because it's something that I've like keep meaning to like. Okay, I just want to go beginning to end and actually like all of those people do with Taylor Swift, but for Beyonce, because I am not as familiar. Like my biggest regret is having listened to Taylor Swift already, so I can't get TikTok famous discovering Taylor Swift.
This is a great time to be listening to Taylor Swift for the first time on the internet. A golden age of it.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell y'all. I came down to the kitchen one morning, and my mom and dad look at me and they say, "Can you name a Taylor Swift song?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what's going on here?"
It's a
But like,
test.
because she was like Time Person of the Year, they were like, I don't know if I could name a single song by her. So then I did.
Really?
And they're like, okay,
Not
I will
one?
like memorize this.
I think with the people in this chat, we could name all of them.
All
Right?
of them.
Like in order. Just start with debut and just go down the list. I think we could do it with the people in the chat.
And Andrew would have our backs for sure.
Yes. I
Leah, please
did.
pass that on to your parents. Just FYI.
Yes, I will.
I tried the 52 albums and it was way too much for me. I like to just open my Spotify and have it tell me what I'm in the mood to listen to.
Yeah, I'm listening to this and like, y'all listen to so much music. Like, I do not.
Yeah, I was thinking the
I don't
same
even
thing.
listen to 52 albums, period, in a year.
Yeah.
I have to make a conscious decision if I'm going to listen to music. Like, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll listen to music right now. But like, people have called me like weird because I will literally sit in the car in silence, like on the way to my destination. Like, I'm not like a
Hear
huge
the
music
sound of
person.
your own thoughts.
Oh man, it's so entertaining sometimes. I think about some wild things. It's just it's a party up here. Like my inner monologue is just going. Sometimes I just want to be alone with my thoughts.
If I'm
But only in the
driving,
car.
yes.
Couldn't be me.
If Matt is driving, the silence will drive me crazy. So
Mhm.
I listen to music a lot while I work, so
I do too, but I tell Spotify to tell me what I want to
Yeah.
hear. And they never play me a full album back to back.
I do. I kind of got onto this whole like album thing because my brother last year listened to a new album every single day, which is wild.
Whoa.
It was too many. And we did a little differently because like I listened to 100 albums, but I tried to listen to them all like at least 3 times. Just to, I don't feel like I absorb much on one listen, but so my brother was like listening to an album every single day, and that felt like too much. So by contrast, 100 seemed pretty reasonable.
that's a lot.
But
I think I
yeah,
might
a
have
lot of it's
listened
just
to,
like
like,
while I'm working.
30 albums in my entire life. Like, I'm
I
like,
definitely used to be more like that. Like I had to like really sit and like make myself listen to music, but then I like found some albums that I'm like, oh, I just love this album. As it was probably Taylor Swift that did it. Like, oh, albums. When there's like artists that do it deliberately and try to like create an experience in the album, I really enjoy that. But then getting into ones where I'm like, this is like a 3-star at best. I wish I could quit.
Yeah.
Is the
I
flip
wish I
side of
could
that
double
coin.
speed this one.
Yeah.
that's so funny to me because I will find like a song I like and then listen to it repeat. Like I think I listened to Hey Steven over 90 times this year. Like, and like I just like didn't move on much past like, I mean I listened to more things, but like every so often I was like, this song makes me happy, so I'm gonna listen to that in the car for 3 hours.
That was me with Would Have, Could Have, Should Have. I was like, this song makes me so sad. I'm gonna keep listening to it. I also listened to it while I was revising. I can't really listen to new music that I'm enjoying while I'm revising, or I'll pay too much attention to it. But that one, I just stuck it on repeat.
I have a goal to watch 25 new shows.
Nice.
I don't have to finish them. I'm not making myself like finish like the entire like show, but just like I love TV, as you guys know. It's one of my favorite medias of storytelling. But I will just like constantly rewatch the shows that I already like. Like instead, like I was thinking the other day, like, oh, I should really start watching The Bear because everyone.
I was just thinking as soon as you stopped talking, I'm gonna say, please watch The Bear.
But you know what I did instead? After thinking that consciously, I was like,
Cocaine Bear?
nah, I'm gonna watch 911 again. Like,
You gotta.
yeah, I was like, I could watch a new show, or I could watch a show I've already watched again.
Watch
Or, like,
The Bear,
I'm-
please. You will like it so much.
It'll be one of the 25 shows, I promise. I promise this year I will
Early
watch
on the
it.
list. Early on the list.
But
Well, yes,
yeah,
Kyra, don't you have your movies that you're gonna
You
watch?
guys
Yes.
still need to finish the list.
I
I
think
know
we're
that
gonna pick, we're gonna pick
You
one a
know
month.
the first one.
I know the first one. I haven't watched it yet. It's only a week in. We'll watch it by the end of January.
Wasting.
The Mummy is the one for
Yeah.
anyone who.
Yes.
Oh, a great movie.
I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I'm going to try to watch it this month as well.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I was obsessed with The Mummy as a kid.
Big
It scared me. The scarab scared the crap out of me, but I loved the movie, so I kept watching it.
Honestly, my biggest Mummy related memory now is going to Orlando and going to Universal with Megan and Emma, and I had sunscreen in my eyes a couple of days before, and it was like still, and so the fire in the Mummy just like hurt me so much, and that is like my main memory associated with all things. Like, for days I could barely see, and it was awful.
Oh no.
And that ride killed me.
See, I have a strong memory of that ride because I didn't know about the fake ending, and I hate big drops. So like my friends were very much entertained that they looked over and saw that I was just like white as a sheet and was just like
Has anyone watched Deadlock?
no.
Mm-mm.
I think that's what I'm gonna watch next. I saw someone on TikTok pitch it as like queer funny Broadchurch.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Broad Church.
Do you know what
Oh.
platform it's on?
I think it's on Prime.
Okay.
So I
Prime
think
is like
that's on
desperately
Prime.
trying to make their streaming relevant.
But
Right.
Class of 07,
We are loving
That's
Class
so
of
good.
07.
are you caught up? Because
Not yet. Sorry.
I
We
will
got
be
up
on.
for
I will be tomorrow.
I will.
Okay.
The
Chapter
episode we
one.
watched last week was so good.
Really good.
Are we on 5? 5
Yes.
tomorrow?
They're watching 5 tomorrow.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will
Or
watch
5 and
the
6
tonight.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
when
I
we are
wanna
not
set-
live, we watch TV together sometimes.
I want to set a TV show goal and a movie goal, but I haven't decided like what number I want to go with yet. I think it's gonna be like interesting because like I truly have no idea how many shows I watch in a year currently. So I'm like, am I going to be under setting the goal or over setting the goal? I don't know.
I watch a lot. I'm starting a spreadsheet this year because I want to actually keep track of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I watch a lot of TV, but like I don't have a number of like how much TV do I watch. But there's so many shows I want to rewatch, which is why I gave myself the goal to watch new shows. Like I have recently really wanted to start rewatching The Middle. Because Eden
TikTok,
Share
I've
keeps popping up
yeah.
on my TikTok.
I
And, like,
never watched it. It looks so cute on TikTok.
So good.
I love The Middle.
Oh my god, that show is so good. It's
Like
very,
I grew
very
up with
indicative
4
of
siblings, and so it was just like, yep.
Oh, it's
What-
about being a middle child.
middle class.
No,
It's a middle
yeah.
class Midwestern family.
Ah.
Like it's just so good.
And they're all like, the kids are all so weird. Like,
Sue is
like 2 of them are like super socially awkward.
I mean, honestly, you could argue that
You know that
Axel
Sue
is
is
also
on
socially
TikTok?
awkward.
Well, Axel is also pretty socially awkward.
That's why I want to start watching The Middle again because Eden Share popped up on my TikTok and I was like, oh my god, I love her. And now I watch all of her like TikToks and it's really funny when she talks about her kids. And like now I want to spin off as like Sue as a mom because like ABC, get on that, please.
Her TikTok is like the reason I finally understand like how twins work. Like she like gave a really great explanation of like how twins like because she has twins. She has identical twins. Yeah.
I have a
Hey,
goal
look,
to
it's
make a
Erin.
new friend. Oh, Erin. Hi, Erin.
Hi, I napped too dangerous. You know when you
Happens
day
to the
nap,
best of us.
when you wake up and you're like, oh no, what century is it? Like Van Winkle. Oh,
The year is 2024.
oh my god, yes, yes it is. I'll get used to that.
Des, you were saying?
I was saying I have a goal to make a new friend. Since I am moving to a new place, I would like to make a new friend. I've made one new friend since I've been in high school. So like that is an ambitious goal for me. To like meet somebody that I like well enough to like be friends with. It'd be cool to meet like other like mom friends. Also to our audience who doesn't know, I am pregnant. I will be having a baby this year. So I would like to meet another mom who is like also kind of socially awkward and nerdy, but like wants a friend. So if I could find one of those, that would be awesome.
I am confident for you. I feel like mom groups and stuff is like such a nice way to meet people and like share a thing that is going on in your lives right now, usually with a baby that is like at a similar stage, because you kind of start out together in a mom group and your kids grow up a little bit together. So you got this.
That would be nice. That's the goal.
I was on
I
Bumble
also
BFF.
have.
Oh, sorry. I was on Bumble BFF for a while, and it didn't work very well for me because the only person I matched with was my sister. But it had a lot of like moms who were kind of like looking for like exactly what you were describing, which so maybe that's like a better option for them than it was for me. But
I've
Did you
tried
even
Bumble
try to
BFF.
hang out with your sister?
Did you give
we
her
were,
a
living, we
chance?
were living under the same roof. It was kind of unavoidable at the time.
Oh my
that this
god,
happened.
so funny.
They're like, they're really nearby. You should meet up.
I think I heard her laughing when we matched down the path.
Oh my god, that's funny. I wonder if it was just like you two or would be really compatible. You similar interests. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Sorry, Emma, you were saying.
Oh, I was just saying I also have make a new friend on my goals list for
Nice.
the year. I want to bully one of like just find a mom at my son's preschool and bully them into being my friend.
As you should.
Yeah.
I'm
What
hoping to
friends
lose a
now?
friend this
Just
year.
start scoping them out.
Wow. Wow.
Like
One of you.
This took a dark turn.
And then she just drops out.
Did you put her in timeout? Timeout for you, Megan.
maybe when I move to Texas, I'll like get lost, like looking around, and then that's your lost friend. There you go.
There you go. I like the idea that Megan just goes in timeout for saying shit.
But most of you can't see her in the bottom. Just good times, good times.
Oh my
Think
God.
about what you've done.
Also, to everyone that said congratulations, thank you. I am very happy. If you didn't know, like I don't think I actually shared this online. This is an IVF baby, so very, very wanted, very, very expensive journey that ended out in the like best way possible. So we're very happy.
Yay, baby.
Awesome. Joe Catherine says Battle Royale, WordNerd edition.
I'll set up a battle royale arena when we all finally get to see each other this summer.
Yes.
Maybe we could just go do laser tag or something.
Yeah.
That's our battle royale.
We could all just, or we could just all get together and vote Megan off the island.
That works too.
The goal was to lose one friend. She could lose all of them.
She could very much succeed at her goal. Be an overachiever.
She can't even defend herself either.
I'm just furiously typing in the comments.
I can hear you talking about me.
Cannot kill me in a way that matters.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to ask, Erin, do you have, what are your goals this year since you came in a little late? And I'm sure your goals will get us back on writing topics.
Oh yes. One of them is definitely reading more. I really sucked at that this year. I've been reading the same book for an embarrassingly long amount of time. In my defense, it is a cozy fantasy and it's very slow. It's very good, but I've been reading about a chapter a day. And then my other one is to I just have certain books that I want to finish, like the Demon book is what I'm calling it. That's my goal this year, is to finish it and hopefully sell it. And then I want to write a whole other one, which is like maybe ambitious because I do have the After Dark that I have to edit. I just got those edits in, so but we'll see. Yeah, exactly.
Especially at the beginning of the year where nothing's gone wrong yet.
Exactly. I mean,
does anyone else have reading goals? I feel like last year was like a rough reading year for a lot of us. Like it
was my best reading year
Not
ever
me.
for a long time.
nice.
I mean, I didn't read anything. Like, I didn't read like a crazy amount. I think I got to like 23. But like the year before it was like 11, and the year before that was 6. So I am very happy with my 23. So
That's awesome.
I'm gonna try to read 50 this year. That's my goal. It's ambitious, but I figured, audiobooks, and also like when I'm like postpartum, I can like listen to audiobooks while the baby is babying. So that's my goal. I read a lot of romance. I was sad I missed the book like wrap up chat because I've like been reading copious amounts of romance, which is really funny because I never thought I was like super into romance, and then I read like 20 of them. And I'm also writing
That's how
one.
it goes.
So it was I have Katie Robert have been going through her entire backlist. I'm about halfway through.
Yeah, she's got quite a bit.
Yeah, she does. She's been writing for a really long time. So I've been reading all of her books, which is really great. And I've been reading I'm trying to read more broadly this year. I'm reading A Broken Blade right now, which is fantasy. So this is the second book I'm reading this year. I already finished one book. It was a Katie Robert book. So, those books are super fast for me to read. But I'm trying to get back into reading broad and more genres. And also obviously reading diverse is really important to me. So I'm trying to for every white author I read, I'm trying to read a non-white author as well and keep it pretty even. So I've been doing that as well. I have a huge TBR. I've been buying a lot of books since I lost every single book I owned 6 or 7 years ago. And slowly I almost have 2 bookshelves full now. So
nice.
That's cool. And I don't know if you guys seen those videos where people have 5 minutes to grab as many books as they want, in Barnes and Noble. That's what I asked Jonah for my push present. So he said yes. So that's what I'm getting. He knows how many books I can grab in 5 minutes. So he agreed to that. So I'm very excited for that. Looking forward to making my husband bankrupt.
As is your right.
Yes.
Do you have to start at the front of the store, or can you start in a section where you already want books?
Well, the last video I saw and I showed him, the girl that was doing it got 5 minutes to look and then 5 minutes to grab.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that I get to do that, but I totally understand if he's no, that's too much.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I have every confidence in your ability to prep online though. So
That's true. That's true. There's a really big Barnes and Noble in Houston that's 2 stories that we went to. So
you don't want that though. That's a lot of walking around.
Everything is very condensed though. And the girl also was in a 2-story one. And so she split her time and she was 2.5 minutes and 2.5 minutes. But I know where all the romance books are already, and they're right by the YA books. Nice. So
Perfect.
that's a corner that I can just carve out real fast. And then, make my way upstairs and grab everything.
5 minutes
I
is
won't
actually
grab
a
any
long
box sets
time.
though. Yeah, it is. That was my one thing. I was I won't grab any box sets, because I feel that's not fair. I didn't say I won't grab the whole series if it's on the shelf, but I won't grab the box set at least. So.
I guess it's about
get the discount for getting all of them together.
I mean, I'm not.
You can reserve the right to go back and trade for a box set after if it's more.
That would be
you're
valid,
not using your time for it.
Yeah.
So yes, in conclusion, I do have reading goals.
Yes.
Book buying goals.
Yes.
I did last year. So last year and this year, I put one big book on the bingo chart that I anticipate I need to read in physical form. It'll be a full year thing. last year I put Priory of the Orange Tree on it, and I finished it with like 17 hours to spare.
Nice.
Congrats.
I'm so excited. It was a book, and I finished it.
That's a long read. Oof.
It's too
I
long,
like that
some might
idea
say.
though of putting a longer book on your list, because I like read a whole lot of books last year. I read 120, the most I've ever read in a year.
Whoa.
Wow.
Since I've been keeping track. And so then this year I was like, I'm gonna set the 52 books a year goal. Just so I'm taking a little breather. But I like that idea of putting a longer book on the list.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't read a lot of physical books, and that's something I'm trying to like retrain my brain to enjoy doing, because I just have a hard time focusing on them if I have to just sit and think about how the paper feels on my fingers. And so I switched and listened almost exclusively to audiobooks. And so I'm trying to get back into it, and that was a good way. It's like I can't read Priory in audiobook format. I'm gonna forget everything. Or like this one, it's like a super visual book. I couldn't get the same thing from it in an audiobook. So it's fun. I recommend it.
It's funny because I'm kind of the opposite. I can listen to some audiobooks, but my attention tends to wander if I'm not sitting down with a physical book. It's very interesting.
Yeah, for me, I have to be doing something while I'm listening to it, and it
Yeah.
has to be mindless. So like if my house is perfectly clean, you know that I have just listened to like 4 audiobooks back to back.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about that is sometimes if I'm cooking or something and I have to put the like oven fan on or whatever, and then I'm like, I can't hear the audiobook.
I pretty frequently, even if I'm just like listening around my house, and my house is pretty quiet. It's me and my cat, who's pretty calm when he's not knocking over my TV. I like even still a lot of times we'll use headphones if I'm like, doing anything that I think is going to be loud.
I have a weird thing about headphones when I'm by myself at the house.
Well, I always do headphones like this where one is on and one is off, so I can still hear.
Yeah. I'm
Do
too
you
paranoid
also
to have
have a
them
weird?
both on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to hear someone sneaking up behind me just in
Right.
case.
Thank you. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's too paranoid to wear headphones at home
I
by
just
myself.
figure if they're in my house already, they're gonna get me whether they sneak or not.
So we're all crazy. Megan's just like
I've just made peace with it.
just like that. Oh dear. Yeah.
Mine's less that, and I just find it like a little less sensory overwhelming to only have one headphone on.
That is also valid.
So it's not that you think you're going to get murdered. It's
No.
just, it's a little.
I mean, I'm kind of with Megan. I live on like the 4th floor of an apartment complex that like has locked doors. If they've made it up here, like they probably just deserve to kill
They
me.
deserve to murder me.
Yeah, like they've already scaled the building to get here, or
Hard
they've
work.
gone on an oppressive spree through the rest of the apartment. Like they could just have that one at that point. You know?
Like, they've earned it. They've
You've
earned
earned
it.
it. Yeah.
You're like, you did the stairs. Yeah.
Then Megan could fulfill her goal of losing a friend, and like,
Ooh, that got dark. Damn.
welcome to our wholesome New Year's chat, everyone.
Ooh, wow.
It's like us opening our time capsule thing with being like, man, I hope we're all alive in 3 years.
Jeez, yeah.
But we were, and that was great.
But we were, we did
Yeah. Bonus. Goal fulfilled there.
Number 1 goal.
Still being alive.
That kind of relates, not at all, except under capitalism. But one of my goals is don't get fired. And I get that one's not totally under my control. Sometimes people just get fired. But
I was going
I
to
would
call you out for that when you
really
mentioned
love
the
to
other, like
know.
under your control goal. I doubt anyone has any real goals around it, but we've talked about like all the other media. So are there any video games anyone's hoping to play this year? Because Des and I have started Dwarf Fortress, and it feels like it's going to be
So
something.
fun. It's very daunting if you first get into it, but like
It's
If you
more
like
like a
simulation
fantasy
games.
world simulator.
Oh.
There's just a
Yeah.
whole ass civilization going on in front of you, and you have to figure out where all their furniture goes.
Emma has a response to this one. She just in the private chat said, "Put me in, coach."
Hopefully it doesn't get delayed, but the Cozy Hobbit game is supposed to come out in
Yes.
2024, so
Ooh.
that'll be how I spend from whenever it comes out to the end of the year. That's how I'll be spending the rest of 2024.
Yeah, I gotta finish everything I want to play before that.
I'm not sure I know. What is this?
Cozy
Yes,
Shire,
sure.
Cozy Shire, Cozy Shire.
Is that what it's called?
It's called like Tales of the Shire or something.
Yeah. Tales of the
Okay.
Shire.
On an opposite end of the spectrum with you guys, I do want to play. I think it's Nightingale. I always forget, but you get to like have a like creepy gaslight fantasy fae hunting city with your friends.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that before. I do want to play that one.
I think it comes out
That sounds
like
fun.
in early access next month. So I don't know what features they'll have, but eventually I want to have a little town where we all go hunt fairy monsters together. So I think that'd be a good time.
I mean, I literally play every game that is suggested to me by you guys, so I will play it. Not a game that's coming out, but a game that already came out that I am obsessed with right now is Coral Island. It's technically been out on like pre-release for like a while, but the full release came out on actually my birthday on November 14th. It's controversial, but I think it's better than Stardew Valley. And I'm a Stardew Valley stan. I literally have a Stardew tattoo. Like that is my personality. The game is just so big. They made everyone really hot, which is great. Bonus.
More
But,
people
like,
should do
even-
that.
They really should. But like things that are better in Coral Island than like in Stardew, you actually have like a choice of like what pets to adopt. It's not like dog or cat. Like there's an animal shelter like on the island,
Oh, fun.
which is
Can
Can
really,
I
really
have
cool.
all of them?
I don't think so, unfortunately. Maybe in a patch or maybe in an update. There's mermaids, so there's a whole underwater world with mermaids, which will be romanceable in an update, which
Ooh.
I think is pretty neat. But it's all about like cleaning up the ocean and like cleaning up the town after an oil spill is like the overarching like thing. And like this company is trying to come in and like buy it out. And like, you're like, no consumerism, no capitalism. And then you're just like a farmer and you get to hang out on your farm. And it's like probably 3 times as big as Stardew. And I have probably a couple thousand hours of Stardew like that I've played. I have it on every platform. So Coral Island is great. 10 out of 10 recommend. Also, one thing that's superior, you can pick your pronouns on Coral Island, and you can even do custom pronouns. And I really like that. You can't do that in Stardew, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, they've been yelling at Concern Date for a while to add that in a patch. So everyone should play it. It's great.
I'd like to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I know everyone else who plays that in this chat had finished like 7 months ago, but I'm slow, so I guess I'd like to finish that one this year.
I started playing God of War. I'd like to do that one and Ragnarok this year. I've already bought both in different sales. And I'm really loving God of War. It's not enough of the PlayStation games that I've played that are like the fantasy action-y ones have like puzzles. I played a lot that are very strongly combat based. And one of the things I love about like the Zelda games and stuff is that there's a good amount of puzzles. And God of War has some, which is fun.
I only play cozy games, so I'm allergic to games with combat.
I'm very early on in Horizon Forbidden West, so that'll be definitely like my main game that I played this year. But I want to play like one other. I don't know what yet. So
Baldur's Gate
I'll check
3.
out Coral Island.
Oh, I want to play that
I
one
do
that's
have
on
Baldur's
sale.
Gate 3. I have been playing that. That's fun. Baldur's
I have like
Gate's
the
actually really
PlayStation Plus membership, so I will be waiting until it is free on that. Which will probably be like another year or two. Or if it's like really cheap, I might buy it.
So, does anyone have any writing goals? Bring us back to the former subject matter of this channel.
I would like to finish my first draft of this book that I've been working on by the end of April. We'll see.
Nice.
Kind
I
of
also
writing.
have. Go ahead.
Sorry, go, Des.
No, you can. You go. You go. It's okay.
I also was going to say, sort of writing related. I really want to start doing morning pages again, which is just like sitting down in the morning and doing kind of like a stream of consciousness. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I did yesterday. This is what I'm doing today. Because mine is mainly about my writing. And it helps me kind of get in like a good mindset of like, what do I want to tackle today in my writing? And it also kind of like lets me check my schedule and stuff so that I don't forget anything important, like having to log on for like a conference or something, which I did this year, which was awful. Yeah, it was really bad. So yeah, that's something I want to start again, so it feels a little less like my brain is in chaos all the time.
I kind of similarly, I decided I'm going to do a bullet journal again this year. It's been like a few years since I've done a bullet journal. But I wanted places to track like the movies and TV shows I watched and things like that. But one of the things I want to do is figure out how I want to track writing, because I feel like the last couple of years I haven't really been tracking things in any way. So outside of Nano, like it's very motivating for me to be able to like keep track of like, I wrote this many words on these days, or I worked on this in these days. So I want to figure out some sort of like visual spread to put in a bullet journal for that.
I also went back to a bullet journal this year, and like I made it cute on the front, which is the first time I've done that. So I feel like I'm obviously better at bullet journaling than I've ever been before, because I made it cute.
That seems
Something
important.
that is reasonable to want and possible to achieve.
Yes. I also have a bullet journal, but I'm not using it as a traditional bullet journal. I actually have 4 notebooks and journals for this year. I don't know how this is gonna go, but like that's what I have. But Emma, I was gonna say you could do like a year in pixels spread, but do it for tracking words and like I have a ton of like year in pixel spreads that I like to do. I'm doing a reading one right now. It's all pink, which makes me really happy. So it's all shades of pink when I'm done for reading. But I also have a writing goal. I feel like I always have the same goal that's never completed. But it's to finish a book that I started in August and then had to stop because I had to finish my degree. But that's done now. So I have time. I'm also quitting my job. So I'll be home full time. But yeah, I started writing a video game romance book in August. And it's actually like my favorite thing I've ever plotted to date. And it was super easy to plot for me, which has never happened. I've been getting into plotting like every project I've had, but this one was like, I mean, it took me like a day and a half and I have the story completely done and like fleshed out.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a romance between a indie developer and a streamer. And I don't know, I really like it. I really like it, so hopefully I actually finish it.
Joe Catherine said my writing goal is 10 words a day, setting the bar low this year so I can soar over it some days and drag myself over on the hard days. I think that's so fantastic.
Good idea.
I agree.
Like, make the goal as achievable as possible. I've seen someone talking about this probably on TikTok recently of like, if the goal is too hard, like if you're not, I think I was exercising 10 minutes a day, make it 3. Like just get it that little bit, like whatever, however low it needs to be to get you started. And
yeah,
I think that's huge.
I
I
think
did a year
it's,
of pixels on my bullet journal as well for fitness. Of like my first thing, I can fill it in if I did 5 minutes of anything. Just like if I did something, I get to say I was successful. So
yeah, I think that's for me the way I'm trying to approach fitness this year is more like building habits that like just starting really small and maybe like every month or every other month just focusing on a different habit. So January is literally just like eat more vegetables. Like just
Nice.
make vegetables 2 or 3 more times a week than I currently do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a writing goal before we move on.
Yeah.
My writing goal for the year is that I really want to finish an adult manuscript this year. I've never, I've been pretty solely YA, and I would like to finish an adult one. I have one that I've started. So I might finish that. I'm also playing around with an adult manuscript, and that's more like book club fiction, which is not like something I have ever written or thought I necessarily would write, but we'll see. Maybe I'll try that this year too.
Yay.
Nice.
Awesome.
I feel very not about writing, but about like publishing this year. Not in like a negative way, just in like a I don't know sort of way. It's like kind of a weird flux year. Like I'm at the beginning, the early middle stages of querying, and I always have co-authored projects with Kyra and stuff. But I feel like I haven't super locked in on what I actually feel ready to write next. And so I ended up putting on my bingo chart just a bunch of options. And if I do one of them, I'm going to feel really good. In addition to finishing querying my vampire novel. That's the most important one to me. But I did draft a new horror one, finish drafting the rom-com that I've been working on.
Yes.
Plot.
That's the most important one to me.
And then there's like one book that I might rewrite, and like it was written originally as a YA, and then I shelved it because I just wasn't feeling it. But I think it would do better as an adult, or it would feel better. So I put like all of those on there. So hopefully I will do one of those things.
Yeah.
But most importantly, query through the lifespan of the vampire book and not quit early because I hate querying.
Yeah.
I have such faith in your vampire book. I have like blind faith in it. I really do.
Nicole said that bingo card is really pretty. Where can I find it? I made this in Canva. I found one of their free templates.
We love Canva.
And I adapted it. I think it originally said like self-care bingo was what it was called. And then I just changed it and changed the color scheme. Let's check the...
I was going to say, one of the reasons I'm really like hopefully confident, not overconfident about finishing this book that I'm working on is when like I have a decent chunk of it done. But I have another idea that I really want to do, but it's so stupid. Like not like stupid, but like it's such a goofy like concept. I want to do it so bad. I got the idea for doing like a D&D Amazing Race crossover book. And it's just in my head, it's just absolutely just it's the most ridiculous thing ever, which D&D is. And like I play D&D like every other week. So like love the lore, love all the backstory, listen to tons of podcasts. And it's just in my head, it's so hilarious because I watch a ton of Amazing Race too. And I'm like, these two things, like a magical quest across the land with all of the archetypes of like a traditional D&D party, absolutely bonkers. So like that's fun. My reward for like finishing this other book, which I also really love. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love my romance book, but like I want to give myself permission to write the absolute like most off the wall book ever with absolutely zero expectations of anything that will happen to it. But like, I don't know. In my head, it makes me laugh a lot when I think about it.
Yes. I'm trying out Dabble this week. I have to rewrite the first 3 chapters of my book I'm querying because I just can't let things live. So I decided to try out Dabble, and I'm really liking it so far. Let me know in the chat if you've used Dabble. Like, what do I need to know about it?
What is Dabble?
It's kind of like Novelpad, where it's like web-based. The interface looks a bit more like Scrivener, but they've kind of taken out all of the noise that Scrivener has with like all of the extra things Scrivener can do, which I do love when I'm drafting. I like having all of that stuff, but I wanted to try something new to buckle down. And I like that I would love a more novelist-friendly web-based thing than Google Drive, but I just keep going back to it.
It's like me with Word. Every time I tried something Scrivener-ish, and then I'm like, no, too fancy. Must return to Word.
Yeah, that's how I feel with Google Docs.
Yeah.
I'm a ride or die Google Docs.
Sorry, Nicole gave me a Final Girls book rack, and I have to get it right now.
Girls don't die.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen the Final Girls board game?
No.
Yeah, we went to a game shop while we were in Houston, and it's huge. There's a ton of expansions, and it's a single player board game, all about like the final girl trope. And I saw it, and I was like, oh my god, Megan would absolutely love this.
Kelly sent me a TikTok about it because Megan was I had Megan as a secret Santa. I'd already bought her gift, but Kelly sent me a TikTok about it, being like, "Oh, this would be great for Megan."
So a single player board game. That's interesting.
Okay.
I love single player board games.
I've never even heard of one before.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
I like always try to find board games that you can play with at least 2 people, but if there's a 1 person like option, it's almost a guaranteed buy for me.
Huh.
The Final Girl one looked really fun. Like I try not to buy too many board games because I have so many like that are just kind of sitting on my shelf. But there's different girls and different killers, and you can play it in different combinations and see if you actually survive to the end.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it the one that's just called Final Girl by Van Ryder Games?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
I would be surprised if there was another Final Girl board game. That was
Yeah.
I'm also going to check out that book though, because
Yeah.
Nicole having told her sister to read it, to me feels like Megan's mom liking September House of like, okay, this is great.
Okay. People will like it.
And speaking of games, my sister was telling me about one called Gloom. Have you heard of it? The goal is to make everyone in your family as miserable as possible.
That sounds amazing.
Okay, what? I also need to write down the books. Good Girls Don't Die.
I think, Erin, you should try the September House too if you haven't yet.
I literally am writing September House down in my email, and then Good Girls Don't Die, so I can go back to the bookstore now that Christmas rush is over.
Yes.
Yes.
It was so good.
Gloom looks amazing. The art is really cool. I just looked it up and put it on my Amazon wish list under my board games list.
Kind of goal related. I've been trying to curb my like impulse spending this year. I'm not like putting a goal on it. I'm just trying to be more mindful. And like this week, I kept a list of everything I like considered impulse buying. And so far, all I bought was ice skates, which was more expensive than all of the other small things I didn't buy. But it's been an interesting journey of trying not to just chaos spend money on hobbies and board games. But
I
good in the moment.
That's hard.
I got into a sticker buying like thing, and like because I'm like I'm gonna bullet journal like a lot this year. That's gonna be my goal, and I'm like bought like 2 or 3 packs of like scrapbooking stickers, like the expensive ones, and then was like, oh, this is really easy to spend money on, like just a downward spiral.
That is literally the first thing on my list that I almost bought this year, because like I put the stickers on my journal. It was cute. I'm like, more stickers, more cute.
Yeah, must have more stickers. It's to be productive. It's for good things for 2024. That's why I'm spending all this money on stickers.
I love stickers. I got a sticker journal for Hanukkah that like the pages are made of sticker paper. So you put all your stickers in it, and then if you want to put it on something else, you can just take it out. So that way you don't feel like you're not using your stickers.
Amazing.
And you can see them all like spread together. Yep. Like, that's such a good idea. No, don't spend money on it.
See, I got it as a gift, so like it was fine.
Yes, yeah.
That's the key. You just ask other people to buy things for you.
Right. So right.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, my birthday is in March, so I mean, let's be a little bit patient, and then I can get someone to buy me a sticker journal. Very good idea.
Well, we've been going just about an hour. Does anyone have any kind of wrapping up beginning of year thoughts that you wanted to talk about before we go off air? Kelly, wave in the purgatory. She's
having a
good.
snack.
If you've never been in StreamYard before, if you're in the like main account, you can see the video for people who are backstage if it's on. So we don't pay for StreamYard because they took away our essentials plan. So there can only be 6 of us. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We're so excited to be back. I'm really excited for this year. I got a good feeling about it. I think we're going to do a lot of exciting things. And yeah, I think it's going to be really great. As always, thank you for joining us for another year. And yeah, we will see you next week with is it a Nerd-In?
Nerd-In.
Yeah. Gonna be creative.
Start working on those goals.
Yeah, I'm gonna write some stuff.
Wait, we have to work on the goals? Ew.
I thought we were just gonna talk about that.
And then they were gonna like magically happen mostly.
Yeah,
Right. That's how goals work.
Totally. So join us next week to celebrate all our goals coming true. Bye.